Wayne Rooney has called time on his playing career to become the new Derby County manager. Augie, we were expecting this for a little bit of a time now, but now that it's official, let's talk about Wayne Rooney, the player, and pretty much the legacy that he left behind, because he did have quite a wonderful career, illustrious career, especially with Man United, managing to go all the way stateside, and then of course coming back to Derby and now to become their manager. So, how does he rank for you?
I mean, I think he ranks right at the very top. Let's look at the figures. Man United's all-time record goal scorer, England's all-time record goal scorer, Champions League winner, multiple Premier League winner, FA Cup winner, League Cup winner. You know, he was the star turn at Euro 2004 when he was just 18. He was the original kind of golden boy. So people tend to forget how much Rooney achieved. I think the problem with Rooney is that, in a way, he's a bit like football's Mike Tyson. He had such a great start to his career. It was almost like he did everything by the time he was 21.
Yeah.
And he had all this amazing potential, powerful, great touch, could score goals that I guess once the injuries set in, he broke his metatarsal in 2004, then again in 2006. They did take something away from him. And that kind of probably stopped him from being the player that people thought he would be when he was 18. But still, you can't say that he failed because his role of honour is amazing.
His role of honor is indeed amazing, and I know we just touched on Man United as well and MLS, but of course, I'm pretty sure Everton fans would like us to remember that he is definitely very much one of their own. So, how would they, I suppose, remember him?
Well, Everton fans will probably with a bit of sadness because he burst onto the scene at Everton as a 16-year-old, and he was a real star turner, a real star of the future. But then he spent the best years of his career at Man United, so the Everton fans would have been a bit saddened by that because when he went back to Everton, he was only 31 when he left Man United, and 31 nowadays is still quite young for players. But by that point, Rooney's best days were behind him. So Everton had the glimpse of what was to come when he was there as a teenager, and then they had the kind of, they got the player that had delivered his best at United, so they didn't really get the best of him for the kind of work they put in. So it is interesting because when he was at Man United, certainly as a youngster, he was there with Cristiano Ronaldo, and we all remember what happened in 2006 when Rooney was sent off in that game against Portugal, and Ronaldo was almost like a hate figure in England, and Rooney and Ronaldo went back, and everyone thought, Ronaldo won't survive this, but what happened was Ronaldo just went to a different level, and Rooney couldn't keep pace. Ronaldo became the megastar that he is because he just put his head down, reacted to the negativity, and kicked on. But again, Ronaldo became a great player because Rooney allowed him to. Rooney sacrificed himself so much in that team at Man United for Ronaldo because Rooney didn't play his own game. He became a real team player to enable them to get the best out of Ronaldo. So Ronaldo owes a lot to Wayne Rooney for the fact that he was able to kick on as much as he did. And I do feel it's unfair that Rooney's judged alongside Ronaldo sometimes because they were both teen prodigies and they both came through at the same time, but different players. And we see that now. Look at Ronaldo, he's 35, 36, and he's still going strong.
Well, we keep saying that comparison is the thief of joy, but we have to compare Wayne Rooney to some of the other big names that have left Europe and gone to MLS. I remember when that news was announced, and on ESPN FC, our very own show, it caused a little bit of a debate whether or not, MLS was pretty much just taking someone that was, again, past their best. But you still see the likes of David Villa that had such an amazing impact, Frank Lampard as well. And then you see other types like, I guess, Pirlo, who probably did not really have the impact that they were hoping. Where does Wayne Rooney rank for you for his impact on MLS?
Yeah, I think Rooney's so in the middle. He's not in the same levels of a David Beckham, that sort of player, or David Villa. But I do think he did more than Pirlo. I think he really kind of put his heart and soul into DC United. And I know from speaking to people close to him that he was quite frustrated at some of the ways that the MLS would handle the players. Scheduled airline flights across the country. I think Wayne made a lot of difference on the part of his teammates. He made sure that standards were raised, certainly at DC. So I think he left a legacy there. It might not have been seen as much on the pitch as off the pitch because he certainly made his efforts to make DC and I guess the league around him, the players around him, more professional and more in tune with what happens in Europe. So yeah, I mean, we all remember a couple of the wonder goals he scored for DC United, but I think his legacy off the pitch is a long-term thing that I think the players at DC will talk about now.
And now, fast forward to the present, exactly where he's back home in Derby specifically. He's going to be leading that team that we know a lot of people do get excited about every now and again, especially seeing what Frank Lampard was able to achieve with them. So what do you make of Wayne Rooney, Derby County manager?
Well, he's made a difference already because when he took caretaker charge about 6-7 weeks ago, Derby were going to get relegated. They were going down. They were so out of form. They were heading for, League One, which for a club of Derby's size, it would be a terrible thing, but he stabilised the club. He's got them He's got them solid. He's got them winning games again. They're still in trouble at the bottom of the league, but I think he's shown that he has got management potential. I think Derby, for people outside the UK, Derby are a big club. They're a famous club with a big history. They were English champions twice in the 1970s. So they're a club with a big support, a big potential. And if Rooney can turn it around, and there's talk of new owners coming in from the Middle East, if he can turn it around and stabilise this season, next season they've got a real chance of pushing for the Premier League. And Derby are a club that can survive in the Premier League. They've got, like I say, a big history, a big fan base. So it's a great job for Rooney to start with. And I think the fact that he announced his retirement today shows how determined he is to succeed. He wants to focus fully on managing. Doesn't want to be a playing manager. He wants to be the guy that does everything to the very best. So he's not taking any chances. The retirement means that he's focused fully on being a manager now.
Well, thank you very much for watching ESPN on YouTube. For more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for live streaming, premium content, and let's not forget as well, ESPN FC 7 days a week. Subscribe to ESPN Plus.